Betsy, welcome, Betsy, to the acceptance game. Would you? This is Betsy Bird.
It is Betsy Bird.
Would you please tell us 3 things about yourself that most people don't know? And if Matt, your husband, doesn't know, that's extra bonus points.
Oh, yeah, don't just raise the bar, why don't you?
I didn't have any part of that last
No,
piece.
that's me.
She just did that.
I just did that.
Renegade.
Right off script, yeah.
Yeah, I went way off script.
Yeah. Let's see, 3 things people don't know about me. I originally got my degree in college to become a photographer.
Ooh.
I can spin on a spinning wheel if asked to do so.
Wow. I wish we'd known. We would have had to do it.
It doesn't come up that often. And then I guess the third one could be when I was growing up, I had a 6-toed, yellow and black, long-haired coon cat.
Wow.
Now, wasn't it Hemingway or Steinbeck that had all the 6-toed cats?
Don't look at me. Betsy will know.
It sounds like it would be Hemingway. That sounds right. He would do that.
Little bit of trivia there. Now you know things.
Now I know. It's good.
Now you know.
Well, this is the whole point of me doing this, is so I actually learned something.
We are so happy that you have agreed to play the game with us. We have made a game just for you.
Customized for Ms. Bird.
I use my kindergarten teacher questionable skills to make these games, so watch out. So we have the board. Let's see if you can see this.
Can you see the board, Betsy?
Pick your pocket.
Ew,
We
my
have-
goodness. What a lovely board.
Now, I had trouble getting the green, so green comes in and out of this game off and on. We have 8 potential pockets here for you to pick from. 5 of them contain our questions. 3 of them contain numbers that look like this. If you pick those numbers, we have to eat chocolate chip cookies topped by something green.
Ooh.
This is pesto.
Yeah, ooh is right.
Oh,
These
no.
are pistachios. That's a light.
That's better. Yeah.
And this is a slice of avocado.
Okay.
Annie is protesting
But it's,
everything I just said to you. She does not want to eat any of it.
No, I'll eat the pistachios.
most people would, yeah.
On these envelopes, in which are the questions or the numbers, we have, from your online biography, some of your favorite books as you have reported to the world.
I am very impressed by the selection. This is fascinating.
So we have Face Like Glass by Frances Harding.
Yes.
Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. Oh, look at that one. You might recognize that one.
That one looks familiar.
I stuck a few in here. We have Harriet the Spy.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
We have Fleur de Lance by Nero Wolfe.
Aww.
We have The Westing Game.
Mm-hmm.
We have The Night Fairy.
Good.
And we have Giant Dance Party.
Yes, you do.
So your task is to pick an envelope.
Let's see. I was just thinking earlier today, just how much I like Frances Harding. So Face Like Glass. Let's go with the upper left.
Would you like to do the honors?
I will do. Yeah, I'm a little afraid.
She's afraid.
I'm afraid,
She's
Betsy.
feeling fear.
Don't be the pesto.
It's
The repeat.
avocado. It's
But
the
I'll let you
avocado.
do the pistachios.
Oh, she's so good to me.
I'm kind. Okay.
You're very kind, and I'm very grateful. I don't think I wanted to watch that.
Take a whole bite, just one bite.
Great, it's falling apart.
Well, pistachios aren't sticky.
Okay, hold on.
Like double there.
There we go. All right.
All right, that was
Yeah.
not bad.
Okay.
All right.
So that was a quickie. Yeah. But now we have 7 envelopes for you to choose from.
Well, let's go with Funny Girl.
All right. Over here.
Well,
There we go.
read that one, funny girl.
Okay.
Woo! Think about the last time you played, in whatever capacity or definition you choose. What did you get out of it, and how did playing affect you?
So naturally, I'm a mom. I play all the time. I played yesterday. I am usually, usually I'm a bad guy. Occasionally I am a transformer. So, you know, I run the gamut.
Transformer. It's hard to do.
Oh, it is, but especially when your children get Transformers mixed up with Voltron, and then your Transformers have to join together to defeat the Decepticons, like you do. But if you're not really just playing as a person, just playing for fun, I would have to go with my sister does game nights. So we had a lovely game night where we went over to her place and played some games. So there you go. That's playing in an adult capacity.
And what do you get out of it for the game nights? I mean, what is it that brings you back? Game night after game night.
Well, you know, adults just don't get to play that many games in their day-to-day lives. You know, my kids are playing all the time. You know, they leave them alone for 3 minutes and they're playing on the floor or they're doing this or that. So you just don't really get to do that on your own when you're a grown-up, or you can, but you don't. So I don't know. It's a chance to interact with other people in a social capacity and have liquid refreshment that I don't tend to have.
I like all of that. And
I
it's, and it's something that a number of people that we have been lucky enough to interview have come back to, is that adults don't get to play.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to really orchestrate it, be purposeful about it. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah, we can do it on our phones, but that's the limitation to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, just the screen and us.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think it brings something specific out in you that maybe other things you do don't when you play?
Yes. Well, again, I keep harping back on that, but it's important to me, like the social component. Otherwise, you can watch a movie with people. That's fine. You're all sitting there passively staring at a screen, and you're not having a discussion really, and you're not really talking about other things, and and you don't get to see that wonderful glint in your brother's eye when he's going to destroy you because you're playing Settlers of Catan, and suddenly he has all the rocks, and you can't have any rocks.
I love Settlers of Catan.
I finally got to play it, and I enjoyed it very much. So.
And it's actually less cutthroat than Monopoly, which
Is that true? I've never played it.
Monopoly gets.
I must not play the way my siblings play because you make deals in the same way that we make deals with Monopoly, so it was very similar for me.
Okay. So it's maybe just you play Settlers of Catan Extreme.
Yeah, I guess I would agree. There's less Schadenfreude in Settlers of Catan.
Oh, all right, that's fair.
That makes sense.
Good SAT word, by the way.
Thank you.
That was a good SAT word. All right.
Okay, next envelope.
Well, let's see. Let's go with near a wolf.
Okay.
I love wolf.
Would you like to open this one?
I will open
I'll
this
take
one.
the board.
You take the board. All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
It's my turn.
Oh,
Guess what she gets to eat, Bets?
Let me get my tea.
She gets to eat pesto.
hey, tea. Get your tea.
So,
Hope it's not green
can
tea.
you see it? Yeah.
It's wrong in the world. It's my greatest food. A perfectly decent food that you wouldn't. How is it?
How is it? Is it yucky? It's yucky.
That good? You can market that.
It's like eating soil.
Yeah.
Oh, soil.
The earthiness of the cookie mixed with just pesto.
I know what you can name it.
What?
Soil. You can name it soil and green.
Whoa!
Wow.
That was beautiful.
That was good.
I may never be the same after eating that.
I would never be the same after saying that.
Oh, you're
Oh, yeah, I can smell that pesto.
So can I.
It's bad. It's bad. But I'm going to try to.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's coming through the screen. Betsy can smell it.
I apologize for everything.
You did it to yourself.
That's what
I feel fine.
I know, we're sort of masochistic that way.
I can tell. My goodness. Let's go to Giant Dance Party. We'll just knock off the rest of my kids' books while we're here. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, it's my turn.
It's your turn.
No way!
Oh, crap.
Wow. I just figured get it out of the way at the beginning. That was my thinking there. Yeah.
And I really don't like avocado.
I'm doing it.
Oh, you're going to do it?
I picked it.
Oh, cool.
Maybe it'll cancel out that pesto.
And don't share if you're
She
nice.
likes avocado. No sharing. She might like this better,
That's not
actually.
bad.
Yeah, see?
Avocado's like tofu. It just kind of takes on.
Yeah. It's the butter of vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never
It's
thought of
very
it that
buttery.
way. The butter
Oh,
of
yeah,
It's not
vegetables.
bad. It's not bad.
Oh, Lisa Graff once made a chocolate cake with avocado instead of butter.
Mhm.
And that worked fine, but then she made the frosting with avocado instead of butter, and that was not fine. That was,
So that's good to know.
It seemed highly experimental.
yeah.
All right, well, now we know we're safe at least.
Okay,
Thank
we're
you,
safe
Betsy.
now.
Yeah. There's like a 4 hidden in there somewhere.
I
We have
know.
like wasabi on a cookie.
Oh,
I'm surprised I can go with wasabi. That would be my logical.
oh, God, I'm glad you weren't here to
I-
tell that.
If I had wasabi in the house, I would have probably done it.
Yeah. Yeah. Get a big old bite of that.
That's
Let's put the Westing game.
Westing game.
That's great.
There we are. Your turn, dear.
All right, thank you.
See if there's anything to eat in there.
There better not be something in there. It's a question! Yay!
Oh,
All right. Whoa, Betsy, this is your favorite question. If you were trapped on a tropical island with a limitless supply of water and your favorite food, but were allowed only one belonging, and it had to be a toy, what toy would you choose?
So obviously I can't do an electronic. I figured, like my laptop is my toy, but I can't do a laptop, I assume. And I'm assuming I'm going to just cut out like Game Boys or whatever, Like, look at me. I'm hip with the kids these days. I know about Game Boys. Like, or whatever the modern equivalent is. So my thinking was, I'm a word person. I'm not going to enjoy a ball. Balls, not going to cut it for me. You need something that's going to take you for a long period of time. I assume if I'm trapped on a desert island, I'm going to slowly circle into madness. So might as well get something to aid/alleviate that. So my daughter has these cards, and I'm going to count these as a toy. These cards, and they've got different pictures, and if you can rearrange them in different ways, you can make different stories. So that is my choice of toy.
I like that.
And I think as you descend into madness, your stories will get more interesting, actually.
Oh boy, yeah, they will. They may not be very coherent or have much beginning, middle, or end, but they'll be interesting.
They'll be very unique.
Most people tend to avoid going towards like any kind of soccer ball or volleyball route.
I think it's
Because
Tom Hanks'
Tom
fault.
Hanks is very strong.
Yeah, Tom Hanks
Old
or that,
Wilson
yeah.
thing.
I mean, I thought about it, like, oh, you can get a badminton shuttlecock and play with whom? Not
Well,
like a
yourself, but
yeah. Wee. That doesn't get old at all. Yeah.
Yeah, she's thinking.
Let's do Night Fairy.
okay.
Do you have to agree with or understand the people with whom you engage in play? And we define play as any immersive activity that frees you from the constraints of daily life.
No, I would say no. You don't have to agree with them in any way, shape, or form. Because in a lot of these cases, talking about anything but the game does not have to occur. I would say it can come up, but it is not necessary. And I think there is something to be said for a common ground, and if that common ground can be found through games, all the better.
Do you feel like it frees you to maybe spend time with people that you might not otherwise because you don't have common ground in other, sensitive areas, perhaps? Like
Well, sure. I mean, I think the most typical example of this for many people, not myself, but for many people, is Thanksgiving or Christmas, the holidays, when you go home and you see relatives that you might not see normally, and then you might engage them in a game of some sort. Whereas if the game did not exist, you would be out the door going to see a movie in a movie theater, so you don't have to sit there very long. But if you play a game, then you're in the same, quadrant, and yes, there is an extended amount of time spent with them. So yeah,
I'm just glad games have been invented. I really am. And I'm glad that games have come back.
yes.
There was a time there when, games weren't seen as something that everyone played, like board games and stuff. It was the realm of children, and then it was just the realm of, those people who play games. But now it's accepted, and I love having that as a way to access working.
Well, I just found out about the game cafe here in Evanston. So I was told this by a 10-year-old girl at the library. So her dad takes her all the time to the game cafe. It's a cafe, and it's got a bunch of games, and you can take them and play them. And I'm like, well, I don't know, so I've got to find this place.
Yeah, we have to find this place too.
Yeah. It's somewhere in town.
All right, well, you know what? We will find it and put it in the links for this video.
All right, that's great. That would be great.
And then there were two.
Well, I don't really want to do anything Christy because then there were one, but I'm going to go with Harry this time.
I love that.
Do you think there is a connection between being able to play and being able to accept other people, ideas, or beliefs that are different from your own?
Yes, I think it has to do with the degree to which you can compartmentalize various aspects of yourself and your life. If you are incapable of playing a game with someone and not discussing the differences that you have with that person, perhaps there is something else going on there. But most people, I think, would be able to, especially if they didn't know the person at all or know anything about them, would be able to connect on some level by using games.
I'm interested in the compartmentalizing thing because I hadn't really thought about that. And it's something that a lot of us do naturally. I think educators and librarians and people who work with young people, we have to kind of have pieces of our lives in little boxes and pull out pieces of our personality that's appropriate for the situation. But I have run across people who just can't. They don't have any other side to them that they can kind of tuck aside and be here for this purpose.
Right. You get what you get. You don't get upset.
Yeah.
You do. Hope you do get upset. Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the converse to be true, that in order to be able to engage in play on a silly level or playful level or board games, do you have to be able to do that compartmentalization? It's a rhetorical question.
Not necessarily. I say ask Betsy.
It's a good question, and the thing is, let's not forget, there are many games in this world now where you don't even have to see the other people. We have all these online games where you never have to interact with another human being outside of the game in any way, shape, or form. So that is a way of not having to compartmentalize. You can be yourself entirely in that you are someone else in this game, sort of, if it's a role-playing game or what have you, but you might never meet anyone you're playing with.
Yeah. And
They could all be robots for all you know. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't
But then that also brings up kind of like the darker questions of that anonymity.
Mm-hmm. Awareness.
Frees people in ways that
may run counter to acceptance.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Very much so. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes. It's very sticky.
Well, for one who is neither a parent nor an educator, is an aunt, but they're older.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys practice compartmentalize? I mean, do you have some tips for some of us who it's not that easy for, or natural, or whatever the word is you want to use?
In the case of my job as librarian, it's trial by fire. I mean, I have to help people at the desk all the time, and it really doesn't matter who they are. Yeah, your job is to help. So just by the very nature of the job, if I'm bringing anything but a helpful librarian to this situation, it does not belong. That is not the role that I am supposed to be playing at that exact moment. Whereas when I'm on desk, I'm hyper aware, because you have to think of every possible version of an answer. I mean, they're bringing you problems. You're basically, and it's kind of like a game. You sit there and people throw problems at your head, and then you have to answer all the problems.
Teaching's much the same way. Before we talked to you tonight, we reviewed the excellent book you recommended.
Yeah, we really liked it.
And I read it to her. And in my kindergarten teacher persona. And I did a lot of the questioning I would do with students in front of me. I did a lot of the waiting time, and I did a lot of the take time to look at this picture, what do you think is going to happen next, and prediction and anticipation. And
but I was really impressed with the way she was just completely neutral. I mean, just nothing. It was Rorschach test time.
Yeah.
Critical thinking.
A good way of putting it.
Yeah, but it was cool too, because in terms of acceptance or people learning about other people, it forces you, and I guess a book club would do this, or maybe, I know that Eddie sometimes has programs at the library, I'm sure you guys do too, that people have to kind of fill in the blanks, and then I guess that's a way you get to know each other, and also maybe test your acceptance limits, or your ability to be comfortable within the discomfort of difference. Would that be somewhat accurate, do you think?
Yeah, I would say that's completely accurate. Yeah, that's a lovely way of putting it.
Do you guys do certain things like that? Is there an example of something you do that you could share? And I know now you're working with adults, right?
I am, and I don't do much programming, but we did just have a program recently that would apply to this. Have you ever heard of the Human Library?
No. Well, she has. I haven't.
So this is the thing libraries have been doing. We're by no means the first library to do it, but we adopted it, where you have people as books, and they're in a room, and they can be checked out, and you can talk to them, and so you have a wide range of different type of people with all sorts of different experiences. And apparently, it was a huge hit. And a woman came in today, and she spotted one of the librarians who organized it, and was like, "You have to do this again, and I will tell all my friends about it," because she just loved it. Just thought it was great.
So how does that work? I mean, does the person read the whole book and then answer questions? And how do you pick who plays what book? I mean, this is really fascinating.
Each person is a book in that their own life is the book. We're having a conversation with the book. And so you're learning about their life. You can ask them anything you want, and they'll just tell you. And I was getting calls at desk of people wanting to be books. And, so it's an interesting project.
Ooh, it sounds really powerful. I definitely want to do that.
It is. It's cool.
We have one more question.
All right.
And I had to bring the board up to make
Let's go with the Agatha then.
Agatha Christie. Okay, now after everything we've talked about, this one's going to take us right back to the beginning. And we've already asked a version of this, but maybe we can ask, aside from what we've already talked about, right? Mm-hmm. We've established you do play. The question is, do you play? Mm-hmm. Okay. How else do you play besides board games and as a transformer? Yeah.
And a transformer. Besides board games and as a transformer.
What are the ways that you play that allow you, like this human library? I mean, I think part of what we're wondering is, are there things that you've created either when you were a children's librarian or as a parent or just you that allows you, again, to find a way into people that are different, whether it's to have some compassion or maybe be able to accept, again, something that's different or that even is challenging for you? Is there ways you play that you find open you up more to these kinds of situations or people? Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. You see, the problem is my hobbies are also my job. So what I do for fun is read children's books and blog about children's books. That's my play.
Call that the dream.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my play. So, and my blogging allows me to have conversations with people who do not necessarily agree with me on one thing or another that I have discussed. I can tell when I've written something and I know I'm going to get people saying that they disagree with me. And that is hard for me because I am non-confrontational. I will go out of my way not to confront someone about something, which makes me a strange librarian. But at the same time, it is necessary, and I recognize that. And as long as people are civil, and 90% of the time, 95% of the time, people are very, very civil. We can have discussions and conversations that I would not usually have. So I guess that is my form of play. So yes, ish.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, how big a part does the loss of control or the fear of loss of control play in adults losing their sense of play?
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good question.
I mean, in play, you're running the risk of losing.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point. Like, if there's not that fear of losing, then why are you even playing? If you know you're going to win every time, unless it is a cooperative game where you're all working together, even then, there's the threat that you might all lose together. So, that's kind of a driving force behind play itself. This, I don't want to say fear, but the threat of loss.
Mm-hmm. Question I guess I'm asking is there a way you can raise your kids, or any of us can raise kids, to help us stay in touch with that love of play and not the fear of loss, or to handle loss in such a way that it doesn't stop us from playing? Because there is a movement I've started to be aware of where people want to bring play in through college because they think people learn better through play. I don't know if you agree with that or not. So what do we do? How do we get us all to play more and not lose it after like 10 or whenever we lose it, 13? I don't know when we're too cool, but.
Well, my first instinct is just to say practice. I think if I compare it to drawing for fun. Sean Tan has that great line about whenever anyone asks him, when did you start drawing? His answer is, when did you stop? It's the same with play. When did you pick up playing and when did you stop? If someone plays continually, they're going to have those muscles stronger than someone who doesn't, and so you just have to build up those muscles.
So how do we encourage or inspire adults or older kids to start playing again in the same room? I'm going to put that on there. In the same room, yeah. Not, in the screen, myopic screen, yeah.
Right, exactly. Because, if you ask anybody what games do you play, they're going to say, well, on my phone here, I've been playing this game, and I've been playing this game. And that's the first thing people think about. How do you get people to actually play? you fool them into thinking it's good for them. You roll out the statistics, and they actually, as you can see from this chart that I have created, it's very important for play. That's how you're going to get people, honestly.
Right, because it really is good for them.
It really is, and they like pie charts. So.
Is there anything else you want to say about the topic of either limits or benefits to choosing acceptance?
I want to say something wise and meaningful.
It can be goofy and silly too. Yeah,
I think I'm just going to have to be succinct. Just do it. Hey, do it.
Oh, thank
you so much, Betsy. You've been terrific.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.